Alright, welcome back to this adventure, and we kind of took a little bit of a detour and we did some rap, which I'll put the card right here so you can see my reaction to Kanye West. That was suggested to me by a friend, and I enjoyed doing it, and I'm up for doing it more in the future. Although on that video specifically I already have as many dislikes, I think, as I do likes. And I knew it wasn't going to be like a favorite amongst the rap fans, especially since I didn't give it the best review. So I already had another commenter ask me to do Nas, which I've heard a little bit of a long time ago, but I'm definitely up for doing more. I'm not just stuck into doing bands that are progressive or metal or anything like that. I'm open for doing all kinds of stuff. So for those of you listening right now, if there's any band or any style of music, I'm open for all of it. So don't just maybe feel like you have to suggest songs that are only in this kind of area. But today we're getting back on track and we are going to be listening to Symphony X again. And so far I've listened to 3 Symphony X songs, and the last one, Iconoclast, was definitely my favorite one of the 3. So ironically, I don't know if this is because the people suggesting what I listen to is becoming better in their suggestions, or if the songs are just becoming better, because the first one I listened to by Symphony X was A Fool's Paradise. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And then the second one was The Odyssey, and then the last one was Iconoclast. And so far, that is the order in which I like them in reverse. So Iconoclast is my favorite, Odyssey was my second, and then third was A Fool's Paradise. And so it seems like each listen I have, I'm liking more and more, so I like what's happening. It's definitely given me more to enjoy and more kind of spectrum of who Symphony X is, as well as the other bands like Opeth and Devin. And so today we're going to move on and listen to Paradise Lost, which I think is a poem, right? So Paradise Lost was suggested by 3 or 4 different commenters, and I think they suggested it because in the last video I kind of said how I really like to hear more melodic kind of things as well, not just like if it's just technical, it's not really that interesting to me. It gets kind of boring. So I really like the idea of melody and technicality pushed together, and so I think this song might be, I don't know, but I think this song might be more in the vein of like a melodic, especially with the solo, I guess, is going to be more melodic, and maybe the writing style. So I don't know if this is a ballad kind of song or not, but this is a good segue to let you guys know that, again, I'm not just like looking for a specific style of music that I want to react to or bands that I want to discover. Some of my favorite songs by Dream Theater are their ballads. They're ballads like Spirit Carries On, Hollow Years. I mean, these are songs that are amazing, and I love that kind of stuff. So, you don't have to just suggest to me songs that are like kind of in the same area. Throw some stuff out there like rap. I'm down for rap if you guys think it's good. So I know Mike Portnoy, he loved Public Enemy and he loved all these rap bands on the side. He was just as much a fan of rap and other kinds of styles of music as he was Dream Theater type of stuff. So with that said, let's get on to this reaction of Paradise Lost, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to sound like. Maybe a ballad. Yes. It's a 12-string guitar, right? Beautiful.
In the cold, misty morning, gleaming rays awake the dawn. Here I stand, a stranger in this land. Does your conscience betray you? Falling from grace, feel the sun on my face. Does desire steal?
That was a great note. Here we go. This is good.
mystified by her beauty. Does the hunter pity his prey? Under starless skies, all love must die, fade away. Take my hand, divide it down, make a stand, seize the day. Oh, yours or mine, damn, don't divide, draw the line, come with me. Looking down
Ooh, I like that break in half.
the skies, silent crystalline tears I cry. Almost say their last goodbye.
See, break it off to half, and it's gonna go back. Is it gonna go back?
My yearning is
Nice.
silenced by angelic skin over wine. Love conquers all, though heavens fall. This fateful night. Oh, you're the man, damn, don't you find all the line. Serpentine. Love is a tragedy.
Love is a tragedy, huh?
All that I have and all that I'll ever need is right here inside.
Nice.
Let the winds of freedom be my guide. Looking down from the
Oh, I like this part. It'd be cool if there was like background repeating. Something like that. Still good, but
looking down from the ethereal skies, silent crystalline tears.
this better have an epic guitar solo, or it's gonna be blue balls. Oh, I like that chord.
Say goodbye.
Say goodbye. Nice. Nice. Rip it. Nice, that was a good solo. Not wanking, just nice. Good melody. Come on, let's see if you have a good outro. Nice. That guitar sounds really good. Of paradise. Yes, build. There it is. It's like they listened to me or something. Joke. Aw, don't fade out. I mean, it's good. It's not bad. It's just, I was hoping for this build, and jun, 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 jun. Okay, so it followed my suspicion that it was going to be a ballad and more on the melodic side of things, and that it was. And so for me to listen to my first ballad by Symphony X, I'm pleased. I'm definitely pleased. Great melody. I liked, again, how it kind of broke in the chorus and kind of went into a different kind of feel, specifically with subdividing the beat, and it had more of a six feel to it, or triplet feel to it. So I definitely am happy with this, and I never ever do this, but because of the title, Paradise Lost, and I mentioned at the beginning that this, I think, was a poem, specifically in my religious studies that I've talked about in other videos. I have, knew that Paradise Lost, the poem, was about the fall of Satan from heaven and that whole story in Genesis 3. I figured, no one's going to name a title of a song if it's not going to have anything to do with Satan or that story recounted in the Bible. So I never do this, but before I recorded this video, I was like, I gotta look at the lyrics to see if it did have a tie, and it definitely did have like a lot of allusions, connections to Paradise Lost by Milton. So especially at the end when it says like, come what may, serpentine, those kinds of words, are definitely a connection to the poem and the story in the biblical text. And I would say musically, I love ballads. This is a ballad. Maybe if I listen to it more, it'll grow on me more too. But it's already at a pace or a situation where I already like it, so it could just get better from here. I said a couple things like I wish this was happening in the background, or I wish that it built up at the end, but those are just like minor points. They're just like being very small, picky, because the whole point of this is to be conscious about what I'm hearing and thinking. So, but I wouldn't say that counted against the song at all. So this was definitely a good song, and I kind of view ballads obviously in a different category as other stuff, because even though I like the whole kind of situation of ballads and then heavy and technical and stuff like that, I've said this before in other videos, but when it comes especially to progressive music or some sort of more technical music, the lyrics are usually the last thing that people are paying attention to. They're listening to the music, the melody, and then if you can catch some of the lyrics in the first listen, then that's true and that's good. But when it comes to ballads, it kind of switches, because the music now becomes more simple, and it's not as like you have to really pay attention to all the things that are going on musically, so you can focus more on the lyrics and what the lyrics are saying. And so I'd say that in that case, the musical composition in the song was much more straightforward, so it was much easier to try to pay attention to what was going on lyrically and the message of the song, until Romeo went into his solo, which I would grade his solo as very well done, emotional, which I think the commenter said that I would like this song because of that, and indeed I did. I wouldn't call it the most epic solo. I wouldn't say it was as emotional as it could have been, but it was definitely very good. So I'd give it an 8 out of 10 solo. So that's my thoughts on the song. I like that I'm starting to hear different sides of a band. That's one thing I like about Devin Townsend reactions, because he's just very eclectic in his writing style. So he has a bunch of different songs that kind of reach out in these different areas. But it's nice to hear for Symphony X specifically, less of a straightforward, progressive kind of neoclassical kind of situation, and more of like a relaxed ballad. So I love these. You can suggest these more. I will listen to them, as well as other bands. I'd like to hear that from Opeth as well. which is coming next. So as always, like and subscribe here and check for more videos coming in the future. There's a lot to get to. Peace.